Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, Hollywood's golden couple, were on top of the world. Their careers seemed untouchable. But behind the scenes, a legal war was brewing, one that would expose shocking secrets and lay bare the ugly side of Hollywood power plays. At the center of this battle, a lawsuit filed by Blake Lively, one that quickly spiraled into a PR disaster. What started as a legal skirmish over accusations would soon become a full-blown public nightmare. It was supposed to be a simple legal fight, but it soon turned into something much bigger, something far more sinister. As the case progressed, the cracks in Lively's defense started to show. Rumors surfaced that the very foundation of her case was built on lies, fake witnesses, bribery attempts, shady legal tactics. It wasn't just a battle of facts anymore. It was a game of manipulation. Lively thought she could fool the court with her emotional testimony and Hollywood charm. But Judge Lyman wasn't having it. This wasn't some celebrity PR stunt. This was a courtroom, and the judge wasn't buying what Lively was selling. She thought throwing around legal jargon and shedding a few fake tears would win her the case. What she didn't count on, a judge who saw through the entire charade. The case was crumbling, and Lively's credibility was falling apart faster than anyone could have imagined. Lively and Reynolds weren't going down without a fight. They pulled every PR trick in the book, media manipulation, controlling the narrative, playing the victim card. But even in Hollywood, there's only so much you can control. They pushed out emotional narratives, hoping the public would side with them. They even tried to bury evidence, hoping no one would notice. It's Hollywood, after all. Who could possibly question them? Turns out the judge wasn't fooled by these superficial tactics, and when they tried to manipulate the media, it only made things worse. The more they pushed, the more the case looked like a PR stunt gone horribly wrong. And then came the bombshell, a leaked audio recording an absolute smoking gun. Hollywood's dirty little secret was laid bare. Ari Emanuel, one of the most powerful agents in the industry, was caught admitting that Justin Baldoni, an actor involved in this case, had been blacklisted not because of any wrongdoing but because of his connections to the wrong people, namely Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. These Hollywood powerhouses thought they could pull strings and control the industry, but now the truth was out. This wasn't just a case of legal battles. This was a war for control, and Lively and Reynolds were losing badly. But that's not where it ended. Just when you thought this case couldn't get any more absurd, a mysterious incident occurred. A podcast episode that contained key evidence, the smoking gun that could expose everything, suddenly vanished. Just disappeared. No trace. It was like someone flicked a switch, and the evidence was gone. Why? Who had the power to make an entire episode of a podcast disappear? It raised more questions than answers, and the more the public dug, the more they realized this was bigger than just a legal dispute. There were powerful people trying to cover something up, and they were willing to do anything to make sure it stayed hidden. As the case unfolded, Blake Lively's legal strategy became more desperate. Every time she was caught in a lie, she tried to cover it up with another lie. She couldn't seem to keep her story straight. First, it was one version of events, then another, and when it all started to fall apart, she tried to twist her story yet again. But the damage was already done. Her credibility was shot. The entire case was a mess of contradictions and inconsistencies. No one was buying it anymore. What started as a lawsuit became a public spectacle, one that not only threatened Lively's career, but also destroyed any shred of trust the public had in her. But the worst was yet to come. Lively claimed to have a video, a smoking gun, she said. This was the evidence that would destroy her accuser. It was a horrifying, disturbing video, or so she claimed. But when the full video was finally leaked, it didn't show what Lively had promised. In fact, it showed the exact opposite. It showed her smiling, comfortable, and participating in the very scene she had claimed traumatized her. How could she explain that? The answer was simple: she couldn't. Her entire case was built on lies, and when the truth came out, it was too late to turn back. This wasn't just a legal battle anymore. This was Hollywood versus the legal system. The players in this game thought they could use their fame and influence to sway the court's decision, But the truth had a way of surfacing. Judge Lyman wasn't swayed by fancy lawyers or public personas. He wasn't impressed by Hollywood power plays. He was there to find the truth, and he saw right through the manipulation. Every attempt by Lively to manipulate the system to play the victim only backfired. The more she tried to control the narrative, the worse it got for her. It didn't take long for more allegations to surface, allegations of a $100 million bribe to suppress evidence, a bribe so large it could have silenced anyone in its path. But once again, the legal system didn't back down. Judge Lyman saw through the attempt to cover up the truth. Lively's desperation was becoming more apparent with every move. She was willing to risk everything, her reputation, her career, just to win this case. But in the end, the truth was stronger than the lies. Desperate times call for desperate measures, and when Lively's legal arguments fell apart, they resorted to the lowest of lows: fake witnesses. Anonymous actresses were rolled out claiming to have similar experiences with Baldoni. But there was a catch. These witnesses weren't named, they weren't even credible. They were nothing but empty voices designed to manipulate the media. Even the press wasn't buying it. Major outlets refused to publish the claims because they knew they were bogus, and when your own media allies won't back you up, you know your case is in serious trouble. Things got worse when Blake's own PR firm, Leslie Sloan PR, tried to back out. Known for handling Hollywood's dirtiest scandals, they knew this case was beyond saving. No amount of crisis management could fix it. When your own PR team gives up, you know you've lost. Lively and Reynolds fought fiercely to hide private texts between Blake and Taylor Swift. Why? What was in those messages that was so damaging? The more they tried to suppress them, the more suspicious it became. If the texts could clear Lively's name, she would have released them. Instead, they were buried, confirming everyone's suspicions of something shady going on. This wasn't just a failed lawsuit, it was the collapse of Blake Lively's career. She tried to manipulate the system and control the narrative, but the truth caught up with her. Her credibility was destroyed, her reputation shattered, and her career was left in ruins. Ryan Reynolds, once Hollywood's golden boy, was now linked to one of the most humiliating legal disasters in history. The power couple had fallen from grace. This case has exposed the ugly truth behind the glitz and glamour of Hollywood. Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds thought they could use their fame and power to control the narrative, but they were wrong. The legal system doesn't bend to celebrities, it's about the truth. And the truth has destroyed everything they worked so hard to build. This case isn't just a legal disaster, it's a cautionary tale about the dangers of lying, manipulating the system, and thinking you can get away with anything just because you're a star. If you found this story as jaw-dropping as we did, leave a comment below and share your thoughts. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more shocking revelations. You don't want to miss what's coming next.